Well, Scott, an interesting game. How do you unpack it all?
It was 10, 15 minutes of absolute madness. And first 30 minutes we were in full control of the game. Game plan was fine. The lads' composure was brilliant on the ball. Chances we created, we scored a goal, we got the part. I thought we'd done really, really well for the first 30 minutes. We make a mistake and we just fall apart. And for us today, there wasn't a leader on the park that pulled everybody together and went, right, we've done a mistake, it happens, let's stay in the game till half time. We just went, and it was 10 minutes of complete and utter madness. And the lads have never done that for us. So we went in there, we had a chat, we made a sub obviously, and I thought the second half was exceptional, the way the lads pressed, they put them under pressure. Scotty and Lucas come on, the energy, the quality as well. And I thought Scotty was exceptional. We've been on Scotty a lot about his defending and about his ability to put the ball in the box with quality as well. And I thought he was exceptional today, understanding the game, but also willingness to go and win the ball back in positioning sense was really, really good. And Lucas to be in the right spot at the right time. He wants to score a goal as a centre forward. The best place to score a goal is in between the posts, and he does that. And working with Scotty and working with Lucas has been brilliant, to be fair, because they want to learn. They are going to make mistakes. First team players are going to make mistakes. Everyone's going to make mistakes. I'm still making mistakes now, so we just got to learn from that. We bounce back, and as I say, we didn't want to lose this game. And I feel for the goalie. It's a horrible situation to be under, and he went down and obviously going off and going into the ambulance. But we're just delighted that he's okay. And if Wally had to call the game at 3-3 at that moment in time, I think everyone would have thought it was probably the right thing to do, because you never like to see that happen to anyone.
Just going back to Scott Tomlinson, have you decided what position he actually should be playing in yet? I know you've got an idea of the defensive role, but he was showing the kind of things he did as a winger earlier on in the season as well. I mean, as you said, he was like a whippet. I've been saying that about him all season. He's like a whippet, and how he got to that ball for the ball in that came to the goal.
Pace is everything in the modern day game, and Scotty just has to get positioning sense and a little bit more game wise as well, and he'll get there, but there's a lot of work for us to make sure that we put into Scotty as well. And he's got that belief, he's got that raw ability, but as I say, we are a team that we want to be in shape, we want to be structure, and if you switch off for 10-15 seconds you can easily get done, and that's when a mentality and a focus for 90 minutes is very key. And there's a reason we've not put Scotty in and put him in that position that often, and we've been working with him. But you see today's performance, and when he has came on, he's done really well. But when he started games, we've had to take him off. So we need to make sure that we can get that consistency to his game as well, because as you see what he's got unbelievable pace and quality delivery to offer us, and of course we want to work with that.
And you talked about Luke there. Again, you can see two sides of his play as well. Desperate to get onto that ball to score the goal, was in the right position for that, but you also saw up at Partick, was able to stand up against really tough defenders, so he's got real plus marks for him.
Yeah, Lucas is a man in a child's body at this moment in time, and he's unbelievable to work with. His work ethic, his willingness and desire to go and score a goal, and he takes the hits really well, but he also gives it out as much as he does, and his willingness to hold the ball up and fight big centre forwards is brilliant for a young kid as well that's only 17, and we've given him an opportunity, and he's scoring goals, and yeah, it'll be good to have him about next season, and hopefully for him to push other strikers, because as it stands now, he's our only striker.
Now, talking about that, you're now talking about next season, because it's going to be your team that starts out this season. This is a hard time for you. You've got to be thinking about who's being released, who you want to stay, and also where you're going and what you're going to try and pick up as the players that you want to match your style. Going to be a tough time.
It's always hard as a manager to pick that and to give lads disappointment as well, because there's a lot of lads that probably want to stay at a club and want to be here, but for me it's a decision for the way we want to play our playing style as well. We want to be patient on the ball, but also at the same time we want to have a speed of play that we can play through teams, and we're good enough on the ball but we can defend 1v1s as well. So there's a lot to think about, especially the last 15 minutes of that game. That's gave me a lot to think about, because there is people that's going to be leaving the club, and there is people that's going to be coming in, and fresh faces, and we want quality in the building. We want a lot of positions. We want to make sure we've got two players for each position. You have to have that fight in the squad as well, because you can't be sloppy and make mistakes and then automatically be in the team the next week. If you make a mistake, you need to know that there's somebody behind you that's willing to take that opportunity and jump in front of you.
And you're also saying, obviously, with what you've been saying with the younger players, there's a place for you in the development of Ayr United.
Yeah, definitely. We've had young Jamie Hislop in and with us a couple of times as well, and Reece Cole. So for us, we've had the young lads coming in. They've done really well, whether it's in training. I know they're not quite 16 yet, but they've been in training, and some of the other ones have been in as well. So we're trying to look to the future, but at the same time we're trying to work with the lads that are here as well, and we're trying to get the best out for Ayr United.
Lucas, how many weeks is it since I was there interviewing you when you signed on for Ayr United?
About 2 months ago, and
It's not
here. So.
Yeah, unbelievable. And when you came on today, you really made an impact. That's the best thing you can say. What's it like to get that first goal for the first team?
It's what I've dreamed of since I was little, and coming on is a dream, and then getting the goal, that's what you're wanting as a striker coming on the park. So I've done what I wanted, and it's an amazing achievement, so keep on pushing from that.
It was a sort of understanding between you and Tomlinson, because you played together in other teams as well. Was there a kind of understanding that kind of ball was going to be whipped in?
Me and Scotty were always in after training, doing a bit extra and doing the crossing, exactly how the goal was, crossing and finishing, so it's clearly paid off.
Now, what's it been like with the first team? How has it improved your game to the standard where you're now being seen as one of the kids to watch?
Yeah, it's every day it's just it improves you so much in your touch, and with the boys, the experience in the club's unreal for young boys coming through, like Jamie Murphy and Aidan McGeady, played at a high level, and they're always giving you advice on how to get better and stuff, so it's brilliant being in the club and about these players.
Anton was saying he really loved the fact that you got that goal. It's sort of like a strike. I said to him, a strikers' union where you look after each other.
Yeah, it's a striker's goal, and Anton's came here and done excellent for the club, so I wish him all the best wherever he goes after the season. But yeah, Anton's helping out in training as well, getting extra shooting practice in, whatever it is.
So targets for next year?
Targets for next year is just see vision in the club and see how many more appearances they get, maybe longer on the pitch, and push on for more goals. So.
Anton, what a game that was tonight. It looked like you were all over them for a long period of that game, and then suddenly it all went head over tails.
Yeah, I think the first 30 minutes was probably the best we've played in a long time. I think we slightly adapted the way we wanted to play in the shape, and the centre midfield in particular really took that on board. And the first 30 minutes, I think, is the best we've played, and as I said, in a few months. And the chances we created, the things that were nearly good opportunities, everyone looking to play that killer pass, and it didn't quite come off. It's not always going to. Maybe the quality in the final third, especially from myself and the wingers, we could have maybe been a wee bit more clinical with that final pass. It was always the hardest pass, but I think that's the way we've shown we can play. But then we were really frustrated the way the first half ended. The first goal happens, these mistakes can happen, but the reaction to that was really poor from us, and we knew that, and the gaffer reminded us at half time of when something like that happens, we really need to stand up and sort of show our character and keep our shape, and make sure the next 5-10 minutes after that we stay in the game, we regroup, and then we get the foot down and play football like we did for the first 30, because we showed we could do it. But going in at half time, 3-1 was a real tough one to take, but I think the second half reaction was outstanding.
Yeah, it was lovely to see the reaction from substitutes coming on as well. Young Tomlinson, I think he should be called the whippet now. The speed he made to get down that wing to put that ball across the front was exceptional.
Yeah, I think we see that in training every week, especially when Scotty can play right mid, he can play right back, but especially when he's making those runs from deeper, it's absolutely frightening the pace he gets picked up. And we know his pace, and we know, especially when he takes off, and Logan was maybe pulling it in the pockets a wee bit, allowing Scotty to get round the outside, and it was fantastic. And then Lucas does brilliant to get across his man, and it's everything you should do as a striker, and it shows great promise.
It must be good for you seeing a young player like that coming out and getting a goal as well. Is there a strikers' union that look after each other? Yeah,
exactly. I think, the feeling I get when I score a goal, you're delighted, especially for a young boy, but especially when he's getting his first goal, and his first goal in professional football, because this is when it starts counting. I know he scored lots of goals in the younger age groups, which has given him this opportunity to get to here, but now he's done it in a professional men's match, and I'm delighted for him.
Now I'm going to ask a question, and quite honestly it could be cut out, depending how you want to answer this, is there any chance of us seeing you back at Somerset next year?
Yeah, I mean, I've absolutely loved my time here. It's been amazing. I'm eternally grateful to the management team that brought me here, Will and the guys. And then since the gaffers came in around about February, it's just been fantastic, and I've thoroughly enjoyed my year here. The people around the place, the boys in the changing room, everyone's been absolutely fantastic and welcoming to myself and my family. So I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here. I've said to the gaffer, I've loved my time here, and it's a case now and see what happens over the summer.